Be sure to click that little bell so you can never miss a video from the roundtable. Theories, reviews, news, updates, all straight to your device. Hashtag Notification Squad. Hey guys, Vox here, and welcome to my review of Line 4 Alternate Ending. Oh, it's been a wild ride with this episode. Getting randomly leaked months in advance, being released early in the app, and now finally aired on TV so I can finally review it. First things first, I know this episode may be viewed as a disappointment. I understand that, and I respect everyone who is disappointed by the episode. Lion episodes, for the most part, they have educated us on Rose's secrets. This one, not so much, but before you write it off as filler, it is an important episode. This is actually an essential episode for Steven's character. And shouldn't the main character's development be the most important development of all? Don't get me wrong, I want to learn more about Rose and Pink Diamond too. But it's gonna be a process. I know a lot of the audience wants that process sped up, and I do too. But this episode has so much to offer. Steven now knows his true purpose. And his true purpose, at least what Rose and Greg intended, was to just be their son. To be a human being, to enjoy life. Rose Quartz loved humans. She was so fascinated with the concept of them. And she wanted to experience childbirth. And she didn't want to just adopt a child or anything. She wanted the entire process of delivering a baby, even if that meant giving up her physical form and her gemstone turning into the boy we now know as Steven Universe, or alternatively would have been Nora had Steven been a girl. And it makes me wonder, while Rose definitely took a gamble with Steven, she did not want any aspect of the pregnancy to be disingenuine. Say another gem did this, crafted a womb, got themselves impregnated by a human. Could they, with their gem mumbo jumbo and the audience's suspension of disbelief, control the gender of their child? I know that's an out there concept in question, but that's something on my mind, so share your thoughts in the comments section below. Now that Steven knows his intended purpose, it's up to him to decide if he's going to live with that purpose or go a different route and follows the path of what he feels like should be his purpose. Those of you who've seen the rest of the episodes already know the answer to this, but that's subject to change in the future. One thing I really liked about this episode and found really amusing was Steven trying to code Rose's tape to him, rearranging what she said into different phrases. That's some straight up Fierce Community type antics. That reminded me of Gravity Falls with the hidden messages. They were trying to code them and trying to figure out, hey, does this random painting in the background mean anything? Well, I don't know, I googled and it has this correlation with this and the show, this was mentioned before, so maybe. Really took me back. I really appreciated that bit. Now for the actual Lion aspect of Line 4 Alternate Ending. This episode raised a few questions of Lion's purpose and where he came from, and what the end goal is with Lion. Of course he caught up that key, and the very first place Steven went to was the treasure chest inside Lion. And when this episode initially leaked, a lot of people were upset that the chest didn't actually open, but I didn't mind it that much. Yes, it was a tease, but that's what's so exciting about it. They're finally drawing attention to the chest. They're like, yeah, this is here, this is unopened, we're gonna explore that in the future. The chest really never had any focus on it until that point. Speaking of addressing things, this episode, just like Buddy's book, reintroduced old locations that I feel like may be important in the future. Rose's armory, Rose's fountain, and Rose's room. Granted, we just saw Rose's room again and Storm in the room, so that quick scene may have just existed for the people who thought, hey, what if you went to Rose's room and asked to unlock the key? But again, Rose's room is just an extension of Rose and Steven's memories. Or as it seems, just Steven's memories now. Although I do hope somewhere in the series he can access Rose's memories. I feel like that will be very important for Steven to know, but at the same time, it would kind of ruin the whole message that Rose isn't Steven. He's not any of his parents, he's his own person. That would be uprooted if like, oh yeah, Steven isn't Rose, but he can remember everything that Rose did and saw, but he's not her. So I understand if they never go that route. However, what I find interesting is that Lion takes Steven to the desert where Lion was found. Steven even points this out. And Lion takes Steven to what appears to be an eroded version of the exact same structure Rose pointed out to Buddy in the episode Buddy's book. They even have the same pillars. Coincidence? I think not. But what everybody is talking about, something I've been dying to dig into, is what appears to be Pink Diamond's ship. Now, some people are speculating it's legs because, oh, all the diamonds form a mecha with all their ships. And some people think it's a hand. At first I thought it was legs, but now I'm thinking it's a hand too. What's sticking out could just be two of the fingers. After all, if we look at the return, each finger of Peridot's ship was massive. and the Diamond's arm ships seem to be larger than Paradox. So I'm also going to go with arm or hand until proven otherwise. Not completely dismissing the leg theory, but that would look really goofy. And White Diamond's ship would be ahead. Narcissistic? Join the club, buddy. But regardless, the fact that Lion was found in the desert, which seems to be the location for not only Pink Diamond's ship, but one of Rose's remote hideouts, emphasizes that Lion probably does have a strong connection to Pink Diamond in some fashion. I do not believe Lion is Pink Diamond. I actually have my own idea of what Lion's connection to Pink Diamond is, but that's for a future video that hopefully will come out this month because I had this video planned for about 2 months. It just hasn't had the time to be fully realized. Also, how did Lion manage to not digest a key that's been in there for who knows how long? Unless he crafted the key from the inside of himself? Again, suspension of disbelief, but that feline is wild. I also wonder what's in Rose's junk room. Notice how there's a book in there and they pay really subtle attention to it. It's almost intentionally set up so your eye can be drawn to that. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say that Lion wanted Steven to find that, not the Nora tape. But now we know that location's there, so they'll probably revisit it again, especially if that truly is Pink Diamond's ship. Unless that wasn't supposed to be anything and I'm just getting my hopes up. And then there's the Nora tape. Oh, the Nora tape. Causing the fandom to theorize and speculate a character's gonna appear that's never going to appear. Unless it's like a gender swap AU, like how Adventure Time has the Fiona and Cake episodes, but besides that, we're probably never gonna see Nora. But I'll elaborate on that in a video because some people just seem to think Nora's an actual thing. That she's an actual character, and she's not.
Oh, but Vox, you're not in the Crewniverse, how would you know? Are you Rebecca Sugar?
No, but like, just because we find out Steven would have had a different name if he was a girl doesn't mean suddenly that girl version of Steven exists. This is like finding out Dipper's real name in Gravity Falls, so you're like, oh, does that mean there's another character that has that name? I mean, what other purpose would they reveal it for if not that? Everything is foreshadowing. Comment in the comments, but really, I do find the whole Nora thing ridiculous. It kind of rubs me the wrong way that Nora's tape and Steven's tape are near identical, because the tape felt so special when it was made for Steven, and her just regurgitating the exact same thing regardless of the name makes it feel a lot more scripted, and because of that, it becomes a lot less genuine, a lot less authentic. Granted, Rose's rambles during Nora's tape felt a whole lot more meaningful, it still kinda hurt. And I'm not even Steven. But it brought a tear to Greg's eyes, so it's not like I don't think Rose didn't mean any of it. If anything, you know she meant all of it. However, here's what I don't get about Rose. She knew exactly what she was doing by bringing Steven to this world. She knew she would be gone. She knew that Greg, Garnet, Amethyst, Pearl would all lose her, and she knows that if Homeworld ever returns, Steven would have to deal with it. I get Rose wanted to have Steven, but does she truly realize at what cost? Regardless, at the end of this episode, Steven finds his resolve that he's been looking for all season, his purpose, his place in life, his magical destiny that Kanye brought up and put into his head all the way back in Lion 2, the movie. This is all your fault, Connie. This episode is definitely the most secluded from the bomb. It doesn't contribute to the arc that follows the next 4 episodes, but it contributes to the overall story of Steven Universe. The art was really on point. This episode was animated by Simp and not Rough Draft, so you're always in for a treat whenever it's Simp. Rough Draft, on the other hand, like I said, I'm making a video comparing the two. Again, I respect if you didn't like this episode, if you're disappointed by it. I totally respect that, because an episode called Lion 4 after all this time, you would expect some major revelations, and we didn't get that. Or at least, not the revelation that we were anticipating. However, as always, these are just my thoughts, and I'd love to hear yours, so please in the comment section down below, what do you think of this episode? What do you think of Rose's remote location, her remote closet, the possibility of Pink Diamond's ship being in the desert, and Lion's connection to Pink Diamond? Let's get discussion going. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to really help us out. Follow us on social media, links to everything in the description down below. Awestruck Fox, signing out. This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meeting Monday, click the video right here, and please don't forget to subscribe.